6'10", 220 pounds. Who am I describing? Well, there's lots of players, but you can probably tell from the thumbnail. I'm talking about
Nerlens Noel,
who in my opinion is one of the most forgotten players in today's NBA. In this video, I wanted to look at his career so far and project what he can possibly achieve in the future. Before I start, please like the video and subscribe. Nerlens Noel was drafted 6th in the 2013 first-round draft, and apparently, he was so confident he was going number 1, he sewed a Cleveland logo into his jacket. But instead, the Cavs took
Anthony Bennett.
But anyway, Noel was drafted to the Pelicans, but ended up on the 76ers, which definitely wasn't an ideal situation. At that point, they were still looking for their franchise center, so they drafted Embiid the next year, and Jahlil Okafor following that. And after a few seasons, they honestly just gave up on both of those players, except obviously Embiid, who we now know to be one of the top players in the NBA. But anyway, he was pretty decent in his first 2 years. As a rookie, he managed around 10 points, 8 rebounds, along with just under 2 steals and 2 blocks. In his sophomore season, he averaged 11 points with 8 rebounds, and was still very impactful on the defensive end.
The 76ers have made a move ahead of Thursday's trade deadline, according to multiple.
Following that stint, he apparently turned down a 4-year, $70 million contract, which probably would have been the biggest of his career. Instead, he took the qualifying offer worth just over $4 million, and only ended up playing 30 games. After that, he signed with the Thunder and was a little bit below average last year, with only around 5 points and 4 rebounds in 14 minutes of playing time. But this year, things are looking up for Noel. He's averaging around 8 points, 5 rebounds, and a block and a half. And now, after all of that, we can finally talk about why I think people have forgotten about Nerlens Noel. Let's begin. What I admire most about Noel is his defensive abilities. Noel is a great athlete, and I'm not kidding. I think I mentioned the word mobile center in every one of my videos, but whatever. Noel is a mobile center and has great vertical, allowing him to block shots. He ranks in the top 20 in the NBA for blocks per game. In addition, Noel possesses great win shares for a backup center. This doesn't sound impressive, but he ranks 53rd in the league for win shares. But when you consider the fact that there are only 19 centers better than him in that stat, all of which have played more minutes than him by a considerable margin, it sort of starts to sound impressive. And this brings me to something else I wanted to talk about, which is his role. As a backup center, Noel can honestly be one of the best in the league, and I do strongly believe this. What I think expresses this best is an article from The Athletic. They mention, arguably no position in the NBA, well, maybe the Thunder at point guard, has a little drop-off from the first to second unit, as Steven Adams to Noel at center. This shows the fact that Noel is a great bench center, and is honestly pretty well recognized for that, even if he isn't the most popular. But why isn't he most popular? And why is he a forgotten player? Well, there's a few reasons, but mostly it's because he hasn't been on one team for long enough to become an icon or a fan favorite for that team. Playing for 2 years at a time for a team doesn't exactly make you as well known as playing for a long time. And the fact that he isn't flashy doesn't even help. Bench centers who rebound and defend are much less flashy and popular than someone who comes into the game and scores or dunks on people. Noel is the opposite, but I still do really like his game. When you compare a player like Nerlens Noel to a player like Derek Favors, he possesses very similar talents, abilities, and playstyles, while still only being 26 years old. And that's my comparison. I think he could be like Derek Favors, who has a decent jump shot, but is much better suited as an interior big. He's athletic and will probably have a long career as a backup, or possibly have one more starting opportunity to try to prove himself. But, anyway, thank you for watching. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel.